I think this cost of living is just going to keep getting worse. I feel like I'm just about making it to the end of the month every month, and this is the highest my wages have ever been in my whole life. And I'm someone that's, you know, I budget everything. Like, I know exactly what's coming in my bank account, what's going out of it, and I'm just about making it to the end of the month. Like, thank God it's payday this week because I've got nothing left. Does anyone else feel the same? Do you feel like you're just making it to the end of the month? And I just feel like this isn't going to get any easier. It's just going to increasingly get more and more difficult. And I feel like we work really hard. Like, we don't go out every weekend. We have a normal house. We have a normal car. Like, we are living within our means, like 100% within our means. And I just feel like there's just nothing left at the end of the month. Like, does anyone else feel the same?
Eggs need security tags. A coffee costs more than a pint used to. Rent eats half your wage before you've even woken up. Across the UK, right now, millions of people, from 20-somethings to seasoned workers on their highest ever salary, are all saying the same thing. I work harder than ever, and I'm still broke by the 25th. This isn't just bad luck. This is the new normal. Tonight, today, the raw, unfiltered truth from the people actually living it.
Okay, here's what I hate about life. How much it costs to live.
Everything is expensive.
Eggs are expensive. Gas is expensive. The rent is expensive. It costs $3,000 an arm, a leg.
Your firstborn child.
To live in New York these days. Why is everything so expensive? I can't go outside without...
Breathing is expensive.
This is crazy. These are crazy times we're living in. And I just want to... I miss when rent was $500, $600, $700 a month. I was too young for that, but it's like we live in an era where if you are a 90s kid, you were too young to enjoy the cost of living because you was a kid when it was the best. And now that we're old enough, we're in our 20s or late 20s or 30s, the cost of living is through the roof. Like,
what kind of scam is this?
I can't take this anymore.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
The cost of living in the UK is absolutely scandalous. And I'm just thinking to myself, after being travelling for 2 years, like, and the amount of different places and countries I've been to, in terms of the UK, it is probably one of the most expensive countries in the world that I've actually been to. And that's no word of a lie. Whenever I went back home for 5 weeks, the price of accommodation, the price of transport, the price of food for coffees, the price of your shopping, you know, your weekly shopping. You can tell me down below roughly what you're spending for a weekly shop. But other countries out there, outside of Europe, and some European countries, you'll be saving so much money. It's absolutely madness. Like, the biggest benefit probably with the UK is obviously the NHS, which is brilliant. Prescriptions, you know, in terms of getting surgery, in terms of going to hospital and checkups and appointments, all that kind of stuff. You know, the NHS is brilliant. That's one of the benefits with the UK. But everything else comes with it. You know, the cost of living, the taxes, everything. You know, it all does balance itself out. And that's just me thinking there for the last few minutes. Like, you know, whenever I was back in the UK for nearly 2 months, and since I've been travelling over the last couple of weeks again, it's just so much cheaper. Everywhere outside the UK is so much cheaper. But yeah, tell me what you think, guys. Are you struggling with the cost of living? Are you finding things hard to get by? Are you finding it difficult to get through week by week? Let me know in the comments, guys, what your thought is on that. But from someone who's an experienced traveller who has seen so many other places at a lot cheaper prices, I think it's probably one of the most expensive places ever.
The older I get, the more I can't stop thinking about the fact that when I was younger, I used to glamorize earning money so that I could like afford the nicer things at the supermarket, or to finally stop stressing about like finding the cheap flights for a holiday or something like that. You know, things that you're just used to doing when you don't earn enough money but you're trying to keep up with the cost of living. But I just feel like every year that goes by and you earn more and more, and then because of things like inflation and politics and so many parts about the economy that you can't actually like individually control, things just kept getting more and more and more expensive. I feel like the space between me and that point in my life where I thought everything was gonna become super affordable and super easy has just kept growing. Like, I feel like I was almost sold a bit of a lie when I was younger in terms of, okay, I'm gonna go to uni, I'm gonna earn 30 to 40,000 pounds, and that's gonna be enough. Like if I'm ambitious and I really want to go for it, I can maybe aim for more than that. But the 30 to 40k, that's going to be the dream benchmark, the dream like baseline to be able to just afford a life that's going to make me happy and make me fulfilled, when actually that's just not the case. And it's just so frustrating, because I went to uni, I got a first class degree, I got professional qualification, and that still wasn't enough. This is so subjective as well, right? If I had done this but maybe moved and worked in a different industry or lived in a different town or a city, maybe my earning potential would have been different. But the way it worked out for me was just not what I envisioned would happen when you earn a degree, get a professional qualification, and go into full-time work at one of the biggest companies in the world. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else kind of feels that squeeze and feels resentful about it, or how you're actually taking that resentment or those feelings and maybe channeling them into something else. Obviously, I'm channeling those feelings into teaching everyone else what I know about money and what I've learned about money on my journey from like being in an overdraft consumer debt situation to now having like working for myself, doing those things. But I can so understand how it can feel very doom and gloom as well, because that's what I felt like before I started this journey. I was very doom and gloom about my situation and what I could do and couldn't do, and what all that hard work was for. Like it felt like it was for nothing.
What in the actual cost of living crisis is going on? What do you mean? Guess how much I paid for this. Guess how much I paid for this gingerbread iced latte. Guess. No added shots. No added shots. It's a medium, might I add. £5.80. I paid £5.80 for this. £5.80. Remember when these used to be £3? Are you actually having a giggle? I paid £5 for something that is that small and is going to go in 30 seconds. Are you actually joking? This is what's exactly wrong with the world. Look to the window thinking, yeah, she'll only charge me £4. £5.80. We are going insane! I just paid £5 for a coffee. £5. We're in a cost of living crisis. And I paid £5 for a coffee.
Look at me, dead to the world. I got to the hotel where I stay in Liverpool at 11:20 last night. And then I got a shower, got changed, me in my pyjamas, went to charge my plug up. My English plug had gone, so I had to go to the shop and get a plug, and I was like, oh no, I mean, I still look tired, absolutely knackered, so I'm dreading being back. I ordered an Uber last night, and from the station to the hotel, because I couldn't literally walk, £7.95 for a 4-minute drive, and I got in Bali a 3-hour taxi ride and cost me £12.80, and I was talking to the taxi driver called Ahmed, funny enough, and he loved her Garda because he'd get chatting, where have you been, and he was going, oh my god, you leave her Garda for this shit hole. I'm like, things must be done. So gone for breakfast because so starving. It's still only early. I'm going back to sleep after this. And my little bag of goodies in the corner shop was what was it, £5.80 prawn cocktail crisps, because I didn't like the ones in Marks, because I'm not leaving this room all day. PG tips, of course, it has to be. Dandelion and burdock when I order me chippy later, and a juice for breakfast. And for my little toasty sandwich, I got out, 1 second, see what it's like, 1 second. Yeah, there was bacon and egg and sausage. Didn't even cut it in half for me, and that was a £5.50, so that wasn't too bad. But went across the shop and spent 12 quid and 7 quid on my taxi last night, and I'm crying and I'm thinking, what the help me in the comments, what am I gonna do?
The cost of food in this country is now actually out of control. 12 quid for olive oil. I don't want to spend 12 quid on a bottle of anything that doesn't at least have the potential to leave me passed out in the kitchen with a kebab in my hand. They've had to put security tags on it. We've got blocks of cheese in locked Perspex boxes. This isn't a bottle of whiskey in the latest FIFA on the Xbox. This is 2 of your key ingredients for a cheese omelette. We're 1 price hike away from having to keep Hovis Best of Both behind bulletproof glass. Having Lurpak under 24-hour armed guard. I'm currently saving up my club card points in the hope that by Christmas I can treat myself to a new bag for life. That used to get me a weekend at Legoland. And I tell you what, if I did have money right now, I wouldn't be investing that in stocks and shares. I'd be buying myself 10 packs of lean beef mince. Put that in the freezer, because the way the price of that's going up, in a month's time you'll be able to sell that for 50% profit. That's a better return on investment than any ISA you're going to find right now. And it wouldn't be as bad, but I'm not even buying the food I want to buy anymore. I'm just buying whatever's on special offer. I went in there just now to get some Walker's Sensations, but I cannot bring myself to spend the best part of £3 on a packet of crisps. The only sensation I'm getting from that is the sensation of being mugged while stood next to a display of custard creams. So instead, I'm eating a packet of Pom Bears. An adult man sat in a car eating Pom Bears. Like a toddler that's just been rewarded for a good day at nursery.
So how much does it cost to live in London comfortably? Since I've moved here, the cost of living has spiked astronomically. I would say if you're making between £3,000 a month to £5,000 a month, you should be able to live comfortably, depending on how many sacrifices you're willing to make. For example, first thing, accommodation. When I first moved here to London, my accommodation was £1,600. That same flat that I had to move out of now costs, I think, almost like £2,000. I love the apartment. Now my rent is £1,000, not including bills, which is a huge cut in savings, and it gives me so much more. But the sacrifice I had to make was getting a roommate, and now I share space with someone, but it's honestly not so bad. Next thing is food, and I cook a lot, so I think that I save loads and loads of money from just making food on my own. You can basically spend between 30 to 50 pounds a week on food if you cook, say, 200 pounds a month for food, give or take. If you don't go out, really, if you go out, let's go up to 300 pounds, but I think you can definitely make it work for about 200 pounds a month. The big con about London is transportation is really expensive. It's not like New York where you can just like pay $175 or $275 and get anywhere in the city. You have to pay depending on how far you're going, which kind of sucks. So I would say transport, depending on how far away you live from your job, could be up to 200 pounds a month, if not more. But a great way to make a sacrifice and save money is to just ride bikes everywhere and use the city bikes, which are like 20 pounds a month, and you're just gonna have to bike everywhere, as long as it's not raining. You need to save money. So depending on how much what your savings goal is or what you're working towards. So overall, if you're willing to like have a roommate, cook from home, be strategic about when you're going out, and you're smart about what types of beauty or miscellaneous activities that you do, I think that you can live comfortably in London for around between 3,000 to 5,000, but it goes up to 5,000 if you're just not really willing to like make those types of sacrifices.
How has Camden Market changed with the new cost of living?
It's gone up accordingly, like everything else does with time. What's going on at the moment in this country? We've got a war in Europe, and it's costing us a lot of money. All these electrical companies, these gas companies, who have been robbing the British public blind because of the war and jacking things up. I'll tell you what, younger generation, in some ways, I've got it very good, but they've got it very, very bad.
Yeah.
I think the youth of today, I've got it added to them.
Well, too soft.
The youth you've got it too bloody soft. No struggle, no pain, no gain. You don't appreciate the good things. When the going gets rough, the tough get going.
And can we get one cheer for the nation then?
For the nation, not for any political party, but for the nation.
Just for the people.
So what's the answer? Keep grinding and hope it gets better? Move abroad? Eat Pom Bears for dinner like a guilty toddler? One thing's clear. The old promise, work hard, get a degree, get a decent job, and you'll be fine, is officially dead. We're not imagining it. We're not bad with money. The cost of living isn't a crisis anymore. It's just life in Britain 2025. And until something fundamentally changes, we're all just one unexpected bill away from choosing between heating or eating. You're not alone. And honestly, that's the scariest part.